Now let's find out more about what the admin CRM of Allegroupe will provide us. So over and above whatever we saw in the CRM general, we will now have some additional features. For one, of course, we still have all the company profile information that we are able to manage, division classes, employee contribution, the claim history, and rating history. And then we have a new feature which is called virtual calculation. Virtual calculation is pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. We simply decide on a period of time, so let's say for the November period, and we click on process the group calculation. Once this calculation will have been done, we will simply click on either the billing, virtual billing, or the virtual employee contribution, so the virtual payroll deduction. This means that once the calculation is done, we simply click on billing, and the system will provide us with a what-if billing that should be equivalent to what your carrier is presenting to your client. Now, obviously, again, your logo is on top here so that the system will identify you as the advisor. Now, if we look at the billing information, we have all the things that are required for billing. That is the salary, the status of job, the division classes information, the life and ADD limits, as well as the limits for all the other benefit. We've got all the different rates and premium for all these information. We've got the subtotal, GST, PST if it is applicable. Then we've got insurance tax, provincial insurance tax if again applicable, and a grand total. On the second page, we will have a resume of all that information, again providing you with all the information including the subtotal, the taxes, and the grand total, as well as all the subtotal for each of the benefit as far as premium is concerned, as well as volume. And then we'll have the number of couples, single parent, family, and waived individual. The second report becomes a very highly valued report that is to be shared with your employer, or at least the payroll division of that employer. For one, you will find all the needed information for tax deduction or payroll deduction. We will first see here the total of premium for that period of time, so based again on the number of pay period. Then we will have per employee and employer contribution. We were talking about a 50-50 optimized fiscally contribution. So obviously here we see that the employer and the employees will both be paying 1454. Then we get to the next piece of information, which are the taxable benefit. We've split this into three different criteria or three different elements where we have the province healthcare services, especially valid for the Quebec area. In this case here, we've got a taxable income of 1455. Then we've got the provincial life and federal life taxable benefit. In this case here for Claude Denis, we've got none, no taxable benefit. On the other hand, when we look at the last group of information, which correspond to the deductible benefit, we see that provincially wise, we've got a deduction of 2139, and in the federal section, we've got a deduction of 684. So obviously here, we are starting to provide our client with additional value that was not available before, where the employer will now get all the information about what is deductible as far as provincial or federal, and then this does not matter if it's in Quebec, if it's in Ontario, or any of the other provinces, as the Allegroupe system will make sure to optimize those numbers and provide you with all the information that are related to those employer-employee contribution on an optimized basis. Then the virtual calculation, the next step is going to be the information that we will be keeping on the employee side of information. So for one, we could go into the Claude Latour information, and then if we go into the Claude Latour file, we will now be able to view all the information related to this file or this employee file. We are able to see here that the insurance status for that employee is couple. He's got a salary of $53,000. So let's say there is a change that needs to be done effective on January 15th. So if this change is effective on January 15th, all we need to do is go into the system, select January 15th, and then select what kind of changes we are talking about. So let's say this is a salary change. So we simply go in, make a salary change, and replace that with a 59,000. So let's say we want to change also the insurance status. We simply go into that specific field and click on family, and then click on any other fields, and we will see here that we will be applying all the status changes to every one of the status benefits. Now that we've created a new change for this particular employee, we are able to view and review any piece of information as needed to. So in order to go to the previous change or to have the information based on the December 1st, 2011, all I needed to do is click on the previous change icon right here. And this gives us the $53,000 salary and a couple status for the dependent life, extended health care, and dental care. We need to go forward, we simply click on the forward arrow, and then we get the new status of family, and we have a new salary of 59,000. So we understand here that the object of the Allegroupe system is to allow you to convert your information into a paperless environment, saving you the time and allowing you to get access to your information very efficiently and very productively. Now, another option for you is to be able to go into a simplified input, which is a list editor that will allow you to go in and make changes on all of your employees if this is what you need to do. So therefore, if you want to make changes, let's say on the first employee here, you'd like to change the status, well, pretty easy. You just go in and change the couple for family, and the system will go ahead and make all the other changes automatically for you. You'd like to make a group calculation, you could also do that by simply asking the system to do the calculation for that specific period of time, and therefore the system will now give you the monthly premium, will split by pay period, which is paid by the employer, the employee, then will give you the taxable benefit as well as the deductible benefit into a single stream of information. And again, we are able to see here in blue any changes that occurred. So if you need to make salary changes, for example, it's again very simple. All you need to do is make whatever changes are required, and then when you change line, the system will automatically recompute all the information for you automatically. Should you need other additional report, you could pick and choose from the various lists the possibility of getting additional report, or if you need to export the information into Excel or import that information also into Excel format. Now, the last item that we'd like to review is obviously the contract management, where we'd like to have all the information about the contract changes. Since we did not make many changes for the Allegroupe demo, what we'll do is we'll select another company where we've got two contracts, and we will go into that contract and see that, again, using the Elite version, we are able to keep track of every single changes within a contract. So again, we are going into the standard life contract for company ABC. We go into the benefit, and we look at the specific life benefit. Now we are in a position to see that on January 1st, 2011, we had a 5 times salary with limits of 40,000 minimum of insurance with maximum of 100,000 with different other benefits here, and we've got a rate of 21.5 cents. If we move back in time, we'll see that in February, we had 5 times salary for 21 cents. And then we go back in October of 2010, 3 times salary for 20 cents, and so on, and so on, and so on. So obviously here, the paperless environment becomes a reality as you are able to keep track of all the changes that occur into this ABC company, and you keep information and keep all the data of all the changes that were done. Furthermore, each user will be assigned their name whenever they make a change. So therefore, if you want to see who actually made the change, you simply go back and forth and be able to get that piece of information easily and quickly.